welcome to the news on Cbctv. I am Emanuela Moni. In our headlines, missions is the heartbeat of God. Limbe South Christians have been urged to rise with renewed passion. Pastor Daniel Barbrey is Salem Baptist Church Association's newly inducted pastor. Thanks for joining us. Christians of Limbe South Association have been encouraged to develop a stronger passion for missions during a 2-day conference held from March 20th to March 21st under the theme, Develop a Passion for Missions, drawn from John chapter 4 from verse 30 to 42. The event brought together believers from various congregations who were urged to pray, give and actively support missionaries to advance the church's mission. The association, which includes the West Coast and town zones with churches such as Ramak Bakingili, Faith Dibuncha, Ebenezer Idinau, Benda and Enyenge, was reminded of the importance of missions. Reverend Gu Gabriel Songo emphasized that missions and church planting remain central to God's agenda, describing missions as the heartbeat of God and calling for a renewed approach in today's church.
Stop thinking about self. Think about others. Number 2, shift your thinking from local thinking to global thinking. Thirdly, we said shift your thinking from now and then to eternal thinking. Change from giving excuses to finding ways how you can do mission per your shape.
The chairman of Limbe South Association, Mr. Che Thomas, who also serves as the administrator and organizer of the annual mission conference, spoke on this year's innovations.
This year, our concern is Nyenge. The association is putting up a very big church there, an auditorium there. So we have Pastoral foundation, get to the building itself, roofing, and now we are thinking of putting the doors and windows and even the pastorage. So one of the objectives is to raise funds for us to actually implement those particular projects.
As you heard in our headlines, Pastor Daniel Barbrey has been inducted as pastor of Salem Baptist Church, Ntong Zion Association, Mbemfield. The induction ceremony took place on Tuesday, March 24th and was presided at by Mbemfield Pastor Reverend Ngalak Moses. Our field reporter Sosten Jumkum was there and now reports.
This ceremony was officiated by the Mbemfield Pastor, the Reverend Ngalak Moses Kasingong. The field pastor brought an exhortation encouraging the Christians of Mbemfield to serve God sacrificially, drawn from Mark 10:38.
You need to give your money. You need to sacrifice in order for you to grow from being a Christian. I pray that you will change your mindset about serving the Lord today.
The pastor was given full leadership right over the congregation, and the Christians were very excited as seen in their joyous celebration.
I'm Reverend Ngalak Moses Kasingong, Mbemfield Pastor. My impression about the program is positive.
Everything, I'm called Pastor Daniel Barbrey, and I want to thank God for his telling me today. And after this induction, what I'm going to carry on is to preach the gospel.
Youth Evangelism Week has been observed in Bafoussam Association with a call on all to live the gospel of peace as they share their faith. The Sunday also witnessed pulpit exchange, as you tell us, Divine Ndamsa.
Evangelism Week in Bafoussam was more than a program. It united believers in faith, purpose, and renewed commitment to spreading the gospel. The week was guided by a central theme, here introduced by the Bafoussam Association Pastor, Reverend Pierre Sunday.
We have the Evangelism Week for Bafoussam Association running this time. And this year our theme was Living the Gospel of Peace, Sharing Your Faith. As Bafoussam Association, We desire to see member churches passionately sharing their faith and reaching out to the lost, especially the indigenous people in the Francophone communities of the Bafoussam.
A key highlight was a pulpit exchange, where pastors ministered across different congregations, notably Bethlehem, Gospel, Priesthood, Salem, Chang, and various other congregations, and in this, strengthening unity and sharing diverse spiritual insights. The program also included a fundraising initiative to support the Bafoussam Association and sustain future evangelism efforts. During the week, the pastor of Antioch Baptist Church, Foleke, Pastor Capin Gerard, shared his experience at Salem Baptist Church.
Today, I think the church was full, which is a great indication that if all of us we listen to the lessons and we practice them, we will have great disciples, because all of us are disciples of Christ.
A powerful moment of faith and unity indeed. It showed the Bafoussam Association's shared commitment to advancing the gospel.
The executive president of the CBC, Reverend Dr. Teke John Ekema, recently ordained Reverend Pastors Chofong Alfred and Gontum Chronicles in a ceremony that took place at Menda Baptist Church. The newly ordained in the following interview shared their joy.
It is exciting to be alive today. It is exciting to see this day. Bless the name of the Lord. I can't be happy enough. We just praise the name of the Lord for this day, and I'm sincerely happy.
I feel so excited, and I think that God has done His work, and I'm set for the ministry.
One of the main activities at the workshop to train CBC field correspondents was practical lessons. The field reporters engaged in storytelling using videos and editing softwares. Emanuela C. tells us more in the following report.
The recently held training for CBC field correspondents was at one point interactive, as the Christians coming from the over 33 fields of the Cameroon Baptist Convention were drilled and actively participated in video editing, field reporting through tours, and video shooting. The two-day come together, branded in Cbctv t-shirts and caps, was interactive.
When you click on move to folder, add to folder, or
with flair to learn as the facilitators drew them through.
I started by teaching them how to shoot while editing in their minds before taking it to post-production, that they should keep on practicing and also learn more.
The field correspondents, using the knowledge and news writing and their principles, were guided through a tour around the CBC compound for practicals.
My expectation has really been met. I've learned many things, especially the editing part.
The Director of Communication and Publication, Chief Organizer of the training, say he is satisfied with the number and their zeal to learn.
I'm satisfied in the sense that we had about 20 of the 33 fields present, and also 3 departments of the convention sent in their communication personnel for training. And this is going to boost our presentations to the general public.
Practice, they say, makes perfect, Dr. Batoko noted.
It's one thing to organize a beautiful seminar or workshop, but it's also quite another to have the ideas and recommendations put into practice. So my advice to them would be to put all these principles into practice.
Days have passed, and the works of these trained field correspondents are already flooding in. Keep watching.
Cbctv. The 2026 CBC Director of Health Services Tournament has been launched in Yaoundé in pomp, as you tell us, Prince Moody.
This fantastic strike from the administrator of Limbe Baptist Hospital set the ball rolling for the start of the 2026 sports tournament of the CBC Director of Health Services. The sports jamboree brought together health workers from Cameroon Baptist Hospital, Limbe Baptist Hospital, Kwabang Health Center, Mvan Resource Center, and Mvundu Health Center.
We are gathered here, all the staff who are working in the various institutions of the CBC Health Services to launch the Director of Health Services Inclusive Tournament, whose primary intention is to fight the silent killers in the society today.
From the very start, the turnout was massive, the atmosphere electric. On the pitch, the action was intense. In the opening game, the combined female team of Ekundum and Kwabang urged past their opponents 1-0 in a drilling encounter. In the veterans clash, experience met passion, ending in a 1-1 draw that drew admiration from the crowd. The much anticipated male youthful encounter lived up to expectations as Etukube, Mvundu and Van Resource Center combination defeated Ekundum and Kwabang joint team 2-1. But beyond the scores, the true victory was unity and well-being.
You know, the fact of all being here in this field today is to beat out incidents.
My desire and expectation is to see a kind of unity, collaboration, and a strong headboard worker.
Off the pitch, fans brought color and rhythm, turning the stands into a spectacle of dance and celebration. Other activities, including blind race for administrators, volleyball and handball, added excitement to the event.
That report by Prince Moody puts an end to this edition of CBC News. Thank you for staying with us and keep watching CBC TV.